Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez told the Today Show that she believes there was a more robust presentation of evidence in the actor's defamation case against Amber Heard in the U.S. compared to his trial against the Sun newspaper in the U.K. During the interview, Camille was asked why Depp's previous unsuccessful lawsuit against the Sun newspaper in the U.K. was not mentioned as part of his case against Amber in the U.S., to which she responded, it was a different process, and also Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard in this case were the parties. She continued, they had different disclosure obligations, and the overwhelming evidence that was presented in this case in Virginia far exceeded what was presented in the UK, and we believe the jury got it right. But that's not it. A smoking gun has finally been found that can easily allow Depp to overturn the UK ruling if he so wishes. So which loophole is it, and how can Depp use it to his advantage? Let's find out. Johnny Depp sued News Group newspapers, the publisher of the British tabloid The Sun, over a 2018 article in which they called him a wife-beater in reference to his marriage to Amber Heard. The Fantastic Beasts star sued both the publisher and the Sun's executive editor, Dan Wootton, for libel. 3 months after the trial began, a judge ruled that The Sun was correct in reporting that Depp was violent toward Amber, whom he divorced in 2017 after nearly 2 years of marriage. Depp filed a separate defamation suit against Amber in response to an op-ed she wrote for the Washington Post that detailed her experience with domestic violence. In January 2021, the actress countersued Depp for $100 million after one of Depp's attorneys claimed her allegations of sexual abuse were a hoax. Although Depp repeatedly denied ever having been violent to Amber during the 3-week trial in London, the overseeing judge found that the newspaper's claims were substantially true. Following his recent win in Virginia, one of the many pro-Depp Instagram accounts that have gained large followings during the most shared a flowchart that showed what they claim is evidence that now retired Judge Andrew Niccol had conflicting interests, and that forms a suitable ground for Depp to appeal the UK verdict. The chart showed that Niccol is the father of Robert Palmer, executive director of advocacy organization Tax Justice UK. Palmer had made frequent appearances on talk radio, which is owned by Wireless Group, a subsidiary of Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. Under News Corp's sizable corporate umbrella is British tabloid The Sun, which published the article that prompted Depp's lawsuit. Dan Wootton, who wrote the article, also previously worked at talk radio during the time that Niccol's son was a part of the outlet's roster of personalities. Elsewhere, the charts showed that Niccol is married to judicial mediator Camilla Parker, who is friends with author Kathy Lett. Lett hosted a private dinner party during the UK trial that was attended by Amber, and was also once married to barrister Jeffrey Robertson, with whom Niccol wrote a book on media law. As if that's not enough, Robertson reportedly founded the London-based legal firm Doughty Street Chambers, which had previously employed Niccol. Robertson was also named in the chart as an employer and mentor of barrister Jennifer Robinson, who was seen in court with Amber during the London trial. The damning connection led to several fans asserting that Depp stood no chance of a fair trial at the time that he brought his ultimately unsuccessful lawsuit. Fans have also urged Depp supporters to sign a Change.org petition titled "Officially Refute the Judicial Misconduct of Judge Niccol in the Johnny Depp libel case." A description on the petition, which has so far garnered more than 100,000 signatures, reads, "Everybody should have the right to ensure the judge sitting on their case doesn't have a conflict. It's absolutely imperative that people have full faith and confidence in the judicial process." It continues, "These links can be social. They may have been law school classmates or share common friends, political, financial, or ideological. In some instances, the two may have mutual investment interests. They might be in-laws." It concludes by saying, occasionally they are literally in bed together. While it's unavoidable that such relationships will occur, when they do create a perception of bias, a judge is duty-bound to at the very least disclose that information, and if it creates an actual bias, allow a different judge to take over. With this kind of evidence, Depp can successfully file for appeal in the UK and win based on the fact that the presiding judge was biased and compromised. Remember, this information is based on theories and opinions, and therefore shouldn't be considered facts. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye!